Today I am going to ask whether you can remember what I have told you. So, I told you that we can experience 11 kinds of good results if we really practice Metta. So, can you remember what are those 11 kinds of good results within this lifetime? Pardon? So that day you slept well. Now, this is another important point here. All our good karma, or even bad karma, we experience some of them within this lifetime, not hereafter. If no effect within this lifetime evaporates. Certain good and bad karma affect or we experience only in the next life. If no effect even in the next life, those karmas also evaporate, cannot follow. And certain karma follow us just like our shadow as long as we exist in this cycle of birth and death. Three kinds of karma. Karma means the three ways how karma can affect. Have you heard the reason for that? Because you always attend retreat and meditations and religious talks and study Abhidhamma and so many things. So have you heard the reason why certain karma affect only within this lifetime, certain karma only after our death, and certain karmas as long as we exist, the karmas follow us. Have you heard? No. Well, you had to study a little bit of Abhidhamma, how our mental beats, mental impulse work. Then the effects come to us according to our mental beats at that time when we do that. You might have heard the word Javana Chitta. Have you heard that? Javana Chitta, Abhidhamma. Javana means running. Chitta means mind. To do something, our mind must beat 7 times. Start from here. Think. If not, we have put into action. They come into the next beat. Then go on. One after the other, one after the other. Then after that, return again. Come back. Then go on, working. 1 to 7, 7 to 1, 1 to 7, 7 to 1. Thoughts. Like waves. Waves goes up, goes down. Push again, another one will come up. Then continue. So these mental thoughts are also exactly like waves. So, 7 beat is called 7 Javana Chitta. 7 times beat this one after the other. Again start like this. Go on. Then one of these 7 beats, we do something, either good thing or bad thing. Then the effect comes to us at what beats, at what stage that mind was beating that we have done this. Supposing this is the first one. The thought the idea appeared in our mind that I want to do this. Immediately we do that without allowing that thought to come to the next beat. Understand? Without allowing that thought to come to next beat. So all our good and bad karmas that we have done at the first beat, the effect come to us within this lifetime. No a strength to carry for the next life. Because it does not go through all the 7 beats. Then, certain karmas affect only in the next lifetime, not while we are living. That is, went on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At the 7th beat, we do that. But no support from here. These two, this one and this one, no support from here, no support from here. But all the others got support this way and this way. Therefore, this one can follow us up to next line. With no effect, due to certain other heavy karma, that karma also rejects. This is the nature of karma. Then, how many? 5. 5 more. When we do something, when one of these 5 beats, in between these two, they are interrelated, gone through. Then the effect come to us at any time as long as we exist. These karmas follow us. This is the reason. We have to study a little bit of Abhidhamma, how our mental beat or impulse work. Now, the Buddha, Arahantas like Moggallana and many others, certain karmas that they have committed long ago follow. The Buddha had to face 12 kinds of bad karma that he has done during so many previous births. Those hidden minor karmas follow. Then the Buddha explained to others, why I am suffering from this. One of my previous births, I have done this bad deed. That bad karma had no chance to come and affect. Now, this karma is affected. When the chief disciple, Moggallana, he was very famous for supernatural power. He was murdered by the gangsters. Then the Buddha explained, do you know why he had to face this untimely death? During one of his previous births, he has done this and this, the Buddha explained. That karma also follows. So all of us have certain good karmas follow us. Certain bad karmas also follow us. When chances arise, then effect comes to us. Because certain strong good karma support us. Then certain minor bad karma cannot affect us. And certain bad karmas create suffering for us. Then minor good karma cannot do anything, powerless. but they remain behind until this karma is extinguished. Then the other karmas follow. The karma is like this. So this is 11 kinds of good results that we can experience within this lifetime, before our death. So how many of you attended last week's talk? Can you raise hand? How many of you attended my last week's talk? Oh, not many. Therefore, I think better to repeat just only name. What are those 11 kinds of good results we experience by practicing Metta? You know the meaning of Metta. What is the real meaning of Metta? Pardon? The English translation is compassionate love. Love related to compassion. That means no selfishness. Never expect anything in return. No discrimination. No boundary. That is called Metta. Irrespective of human beings, living beings, every living being, we radiate this Metta. That is called Metta, not kindness or compassion. They are limited. Kindness and compassion are limited. But Metta has no limits. Now when people meditate, they recite some verses, go on repeating. Then usually people say Namo Amitabha, Namo Amitabha, Namo, just like that. In other countries like Sri Lanka, Burma, Thailand, they recite Sabbe Satta Bhavantu Sukhitatta. Go on repeating. Sabbe Satta Bhavantu Sukhitatta. Sabbe Satta. All living beings. Bhavantu Sukhitatta. May they find peace and happiness. And then we radiate this. Sabbe Satta Bhavantu Sukhitatta. So when we radiate this, anger, jealousy, grudge, ill will, hatred, hostility, enmity, those evil forces submerge. They are not influencing the mind at that time when we are doing this. Then we maintain some sort of purity in our mind. Because evil thought has no chance to influence the mind. Because mind is occupied with this. Then go on, either reciting or thinking. Recital is better because we can concentrate on the sound vibration. Without that, the mind slowly runs away. Therefore, we must have some sort of object, like the sound or vision, for mind to occupy. That is Metta. Amongst all the meritorious deeds that we perform during our lifetime, Metta is the one that very highly appreciated by the Buddha. You can spend millions of dollars to do some meritorious deeds. But if you radiate your Metta for half an hour, you gain more merits, more good karma than what you gain by spending $1 million. Now this is the nature of it. But people are not ready to do that. They are willing to spend, they are willing to work and run here and there and organize and all sorts of things. But they have to spend a lot, they have to work very hard to do this. Nothing. Just calm the mind. Don't allow any other thoughts to appear in the mind. Concentrate only on this, and the mind gets the chance to relax and relax and relax. Also purity. No evil thoughts in the mind at that time. That is why it is so effective. When we really radiate or transmit not only living beings, even the plant life also, you can change. People have tested by radiating metta to a group of plants and by hating to another group. After some time they have seen this group was growing very healthy, but this group is not growing healthy because our mental influence, hatred, effect. Loving kindness that we radiate toward the plant life can become healthy. Because the plant life got some sort of sensitivity. Among those senses, one, only this, but no mind. So when we practice this, he says, Sukhang Supati, Sukhang Patibhujyati, Napapakang Supinang Passati, Manusranam Priyohoti, Amanusranam Priyohoti, Devata Rakhanti, Nasa Aggiva, Visangva, Sattangva Kamati, Tuvatang Chittang, Samadhyati, Mukha Vanno, Vippasidati, Asammulho Palankaro. Uttaring appati vijjanto brahmalokupagohoti. 11th kind of Buddhism. The meaning. Sukhang Supati. Anyone who practices this metta can sleep well. Because by doing this, we calm our brain cells, neurons. Then easily we can rest, we can sleep. It is practical. Sukhang Patibhujya. When you want to get up, say 4 o'clock early in the morning, if you have done this meditation, you can get up at that particular time without any difficulty. And you also do not feel tiredness. Usually when we get up, we feel tired. Our face is not very normal when we get up. But birds, early morning, some of them get about 5. As soon as they get up, they start singing. Why? They follow the nature. At proper time they go to bed, birds. And proper time they get up, early morning. They follow the nature. Night is for us to sleep. Daytime for us to work. But we have arranged to work, to run here and there, our life up to midnight. And no proper time to take our food also. We take food sometimes at 1 o'clock at midnight. So we completely change our way of life. But all the other animals, they have proper time. Go to bed and sleep and get up exactly the time that they wanted to get up. They don't feel tiredness. Because if we also follow this nature, we also don't feel any tiredness. Become very normal. So if we practice this, we can get up at any time when we want to get up, but we don't feel tired. Napapakang supinang patati. No nightmare, bad dreams. Many people experience very bad dreams, horrifying, dangerous, fear. They are in fear after having certain dreams, not knowing what is going to happen. But those who practice this metta never experience bad dreams to disturb them. Napapakang supinang patati. Manussanang piyo hoti. All the other human beings like this person who practice this way. Because when they look at, they can understand that this person is harmless, reliable. Therefore they like. Because of this metta. Nobody want to disturb, nobody hate, but everybody like. Manussanang piyo hoti. Amanussanang piyo hoti. Amanussa. Non-human being. Non-human beings mean a spirit, ghost, or devil, or animal, or snake, never disturb. Because we create some sort of environment, and animals and all the others are very sensitive. They feel. Therefore they don't come and disturb. Those monks who spent in the jungle, where there are fierce animals, tigers, lions, they never come and disturb. They never go to that area. Because they have purified the environment around that area through these radiations of metta. So the evil spirit and all the other form of visible or invisible living being. Group of monks went to jungle for meditation. When they started their meditation, a lot of disturbances. They could not concentrate. Then they have gone back and reported to the Buddha. We have gone to such place, but we try to meditate, lot of disturbances, and we do not know who creates these disturbances. Then the Buddha came to know. These disturbances created by the evil spirit around that area. Then what the Buddha did? He said, you must go back to the same place. Before you start your meditation, you must radiate your metta. Then start your meditation. You have come back, started, no disturbance. If you really practice this metta, There is no reason whatsoever for you to be afraid of evil spirit or ghost or devil. They cannot disturb you. They cannot harm you. And fears and a monk was attacked by a cobra and died. Then the other monks reported to the Buddha. That particular monk was attacked by a snake and died. Then the Buddha says, if that monk has radiated his metta toward these creatures, they never come and attack. So he gave this advice to the other monks, must always, especially when you go certain areas where you suspect there are some snakes or real animals, you go on radiating or reciting something. Then they all keep it. This is a practical Buddhism. Amanusanam Kyoho. Devata Rakhan. Devas. Rakhanti, protect. Because this is one of the injunctions given by the Buddha to God, Devas. Tasmahi ne rakhata appama. Those devotees, after performing their religious services, they remember Devas, invite them to share the happiness, the merit that we gain. Although Devas do not depend on our merit, they feel very happy. And then the Buddha says, therefore it is your duty to protect them. So, they keep an eye on you. Then you get the chance to avoid certain accident, misfortune, and robbery and disturbances through the influence of fear. This is the Buddhist attitude toward Devan or God. We know God cannot take us to heaven. God cannot send us to nirvana. God cannot give us wisdom. But there are certain other things that they can do. But we must have communication. That is why we invite them to share the merits. Then develop our relationship. After that, escape. I think I have told you long ago, 4 times how I escaped from death. The last minute. No one can explain how. Very simple thing. What happened in our temple. This is more than 20 years ago. Before those new buildings started. We had a lot of coconut trees around and grass. One day, I was talking to the gardener who cut the grass while standing under a coconut tree. For nearly half an hour, I was talking to him. The main purpose of my talking to that person is, he is an Indian, Tamil. I want to learn how to talk Tamil by talking to you. So, then suddenly, ideas appear in my mind. One should not stand a long time under a coconut tree. Suddenly this idea appeared in my mind. then just I moved from this place, and very big palapa dropped on the same spot where I was there. Few seconds only. Can you imagine how I got this idea in my mind? There are few more, earlier. How I escaped. All of us can experience good results. Whether we have religion or not, that is immaterial. We can radiate this. Devata Rakkam. Deva try to protect. Nasa Agniva Visangva Sattangva Kamiti. Fire, poisons, dangerous weapons. We get the chance to escape. Now take for instance, those who were in that flat few years ago, the flat went down, so many people died. But some of them have gone out. They were not in that flat at that night. They escaped, others died. They get the chance to escape from fire and weapons, they time bomb and poisons. Nasa Adhiva Avsangva Sattangva Kam. Suvatang Chittang Samadhiyati. Very easily we can concentrate. Now we cannot concentrate because so many things are working in our mind. Five senses bring external objects. Mind creates mental image. So many thoughts are disturbing. But when we develop this metta, mind is very tame. Therefore, easily we can concentrate. When we read, when we do some work, accurately we can do that because we can concentrate directly. This Suvatang Chittang Samadhi. Mukhavanno Vippasidati. Mukha. I think you know the meaning of this word, mukha. But in Pali language there are two meanings. Mukha. Mouth also called mukha. Face also called mukha. Mukha vanno, varna. The varna of the mukha. Very easily noticeable, can see, can understand when we look at the face. Whether this person really practice metta. Because face is the mirror of the mind. Our face indicates so many things that we have in our mind. Let us say, when we get angry, very angry, look at the face. Face indicates what is inside the mind. So when we develop this metta, the serenity, the cheerfulness, charming appearance in the face, everybody loves, like. Mukhavanno Vippasidati. Never suspect, never disturb. Asammollo kalang karoti. This is also important. So one day, when we are going to depart from this world, We had to depart from this world. Otherwise, it's a real nuisance. Let us go to old folks' home. If they live another 20 to 30 years like that, amount of suffering, nuisance to them and to others. Therefore, we had to depart when the time comes. So when the time is ready for us to depart, asammolokalankaro, without fear, without worry, without suspicion, without confusion in the mind, peacefully we can depart from this. And the most important, because if our mind is polluted or confused at that moment, our good karmas also cannot support, because they are not working in the mind. So the next existence sometimes can become unfortunate. The good karmas are waiting. So the last moment we spoil. Therefore we had to train our mind to recall all the good deeds, good work, religious work, meritorious deeds that we have done. Then gain happiness, confidence, so we can depart from this world with hope and confidence. Many people cannot do it. We had to prepare to depart from this world with hope and confidence. Asammolokalankaro. Last one. Uttaring appati vijjanto brahmalokupago hoti. After our death, rebirth take place in a very fortunate state, higher than human beings, higher than Deva. That is the power of the Metta. Brahmalokupago hoti. Rebirth, existence take place in one of the Brahma world. When we categorize the whole universe, all the living beings, categorized into 31. Human beings is one of them, among 31. Hell, animal, a spirit, ghost, humans, then 6 kinds of Devaloka, 6 kinds of heavenly realm, 16 kinds of Brahma realm, higher than the Deva. Among those Brahma, again there are 3 groups. One group, normal human body, normal mind. Yeah. Another group, no physical body, only mental energy. Mental energy, life energy joined together can exist without a shelter, because the body is the shelter. A certain places like Brahma world can exist, but not here. They can exist, mental energy, life energy together, no physical body. To them, life is very light, because no burden of the physical body. Now we can understand the enormous trouble that we are facing because of the physical body. How many hours a day we had to attend to this physical body? But they are free. Then another group, physical body appears, mind is not active. The body is there. No feeling, nothing. Just like under anesthetic injection. For 3 hours, they cut and do all those things in the hospital. We don't feel. So these Brahmas, throughout their life, they are under anesthetic injection. They spend long period there. And the Buddha did not encourage. He said, it's a wastage. Because during that time, they cannot develop further. They cannot create any meritorious deeds. Just exist. Therefore, it is a wastage. Although they are free from certain physical problem and the mental pain. And that is not the end of their life. Because they have craving, and then another existence takes place after. So, last item here, Brahma. Just now I told you, there are certain Brahmas are very noble, but they are very fortunate than human beings. They are contented, they are happy, they experience peace, no disturbances. Because of the meditation that they develop and train and tame, cultured the mind, after rebirth, they experience the good result. Then another thing. When we observe 8 precepts, instead of Kāmesu Miccācara, we recite Abrahmacharya Vedana. Can you tell me the reason why? We change Kāmesu Miccācara into Abrahmacharya. What is the reason? You never heard that. Kāmesu Miccācara means keep away from sexual misconduct. That's all. But Abrahmacharya give entirely different meaning. Keep away from sex. No sexual act. Those who observe 8 precepts, say 24 hours, this morning up to next day morning, they have nothing to think about sex. Just ignore. But Brahma, we say it a Brahmacharya because Brahma have no sex formation. No female, neither male. Completely free. They have no sexual urge. They have no such idea about sex. Their minds are completely free from that. Now here in this world you can see, because of that, violence and bloodshed and murdering and immoral, wicked, cruel, all those things. Among married people, every day fighting, quarreling, because of sex. So if they are free from this, nothing. Then sometimes some people may say, then what is the use of going there? Because they cannot understand happiness that they experience without it. These are the 11 kinds of good results that we experience by practicing this. So today I repeated the same thing that I discussed last week. Any question? What is your question? Why? What did I couldn't catch? Why? Under anesthetic, doctors use that medicine to numb the sensitivity, the sensation, the feeling. All the others are active, working, but no sensation. That is the only thing that injection can do for maximum 3 hours. That's why I told you, but in their case, no physical burdens. We had to feed, bathe, sleep, take medicine, and heavy, and when you grow old, hospital, but they are free from all these things. That is the idea. Anything else? Oh, very good. Before you ask this question, I can tell you a very interesting incident. I went to Australia for my bypass operation. The doctor has given injection to stop my pain to reduce this sensation. So the senses also not working. Okay. Reverend Mahinda every day visit me. One day when he visited, I was giving a talk. Mahinda was listening. To whom I am talking? My subconscious mind influence, and the words come out from my mouth. He told me he was listening. I was talking about the novitiate program here in the temple. Now, these are the things that work in my mind, but not consciously or purposely. The subconscious mind, just like dreams, is not that turned into a dream. Now, this is the nature of the mind. So you want to ask one question? And tell me what is your question? It is the feelings. This advice is, when someone come and disturb you, either come and rob, or beat, or insult, you should not create anger in your mind. If you create anger in your mind because of that, you also create problems. You can avoid all these problems if you control your mind without allowing anger to flare up. There may be so many other things that you can do, any kind of action, but without anger, to calm the mind. If you allow anger to flare up, you pollute your own mind. The cause is immaterial. Whether it is going to harm you, disturb you, rob you, that is different. Under any circumstances, if you create anger in your mind, then you pollute. That is the anger. You can take any precaution without creating anger or hatred. Anything else? I heard some thieves enter into a Chinese nunnery. Then they wanted to take away many things from them. And those nuns also went up and helped them. Understand? They wanted to carry television, radio and chair or table, whatever. They also helped them. Come, I'll support you. Later what happened? These thieves' mind melted. These nuns, they don't develop fear or anger or anything, supporting us to carry on their thing. They gave up. And this is it. I could not catch actually real meaning of your question. When you come near, then you see. Yeah. Oh, very simple. When they want to operate, first thing they give anesthetic injection. After that, no feeling. Whatever they like, they can cut anywhere. They take the saw and cut here, saw, let it saw. Cut. Then open, just like opening a durian, Open. Then they give a jab to the heart to stop heart beating. Then there's a machine, replace the heart with supply blood, oxygen and blood going through this. Instead of pumping by heart, the machine is working on behalf of the heart. So now heart is not beating. After that they take it out. Then find out what are the blood vessel blockage. So they cut and take. Now see here. Then join here, join there. Then the blood supply again starts. After that, raise the heart and give another injection to function the heart. Then stop the machine. Understand? Few years ago, somebody came from Australia to our temple. He was sitting outside. Then I went, may I know, you see, I am from Australia. Then he said, I don't think you can recognize me, but I know you very well. He told me. Then I asked, how did you know? I was in the theater when you operated. I have seen your heart also. He told me. Anything else? Now another interesting one. I met another lady in that hospital. She had heart transplanted. She is, I think, about 50 years old. But she got the heart of a young man, about 30-35 years old, young man's heart. Then I asked her, formerly you had the woman's heart. Now you are having a man's heart. How do you feel now? Then she told me, no difference. Because the heart is neither male nor female. It is heart, it is organ. Because we had a belief that our cruelty, love, all these are in our heart. That is why we say kind-hearted, cruel-hearted, thinking they are in-hearted. In that case, all those things must come to this person. That's how the Buddha used the word very, very carefully, how he explained the mind. Because people thought thousands of years the mind is located in our heart. Later, the medical science, they realized it is not in our heart. It is in our brain. Again, psychologists explain, actually mind is not in our brain. Mind is not located in any of our organs. It is an energy spread throughout the body with blood. This is the latest discovery of the mind. Usually when we talk, we say, this mind, very funny, I cannot remember this. That is our habit. This is our habit, but mind is not located. But brain and heart, both are important to the mind, energy. Just like engine and dynamo. When this one connected to engine, when engine started, this one run, produce electricity. So the mental energy is depend on brain and heart. That is related. So today you realize where your mind is. Okay, sharing the merits. Okay. Imina punya kammena upajjaya gunuttara acari upakaraca mata pita piyamama suriyo dimaraja Gunavantana-rapice Brahma-maraca indaca Lokapalaca devata Yamo-mita manusaca Majjata-virikapice Sabbe satta sukhiyantu nipakatani me sukhanca tividandentu kippang papeta omatan